Hello everyone and welcome back to the Fantasy Series in 2026. We're about to go racing at the Jeddah Corniche circuit located in Saudi Arabia. It is round 2 of our campaign and this is a twisty but challenging circuit. A fast circuit for the drivers to tackle, 50 laps coming their way, and it was Jeddah who brilliantly took victory in Racing Bulls 1 year ago. This year he started off the season with a win at Bahrain. Can he try and go back to back? It's the soft, medium and hards, C5, C4 and C3 compound of Tyre. And then this is your sights of what is an extraordinary circuit. Let's run you through the grid for the second race of the year. And it begins with Lance Stroll next to Franco Colapinto, who's in 21st. Then we find ourselves with Kimi Antonelli, another poor result when it came to 1 lap pace for him in 20th. And then it's Arvid Lindblad alongside, who retired at Bahrain. Jeddah was the winner in Bahrain. He's going to have a hard task repeating the same trick from 18th. Alongside him is Gasly. And then it is Ollie Behrman next to Esteban Ocon on a all Haas row in 16th and 15th. Fernando Alonso is 14th next to Liam Lawson. And they are chasing down Valtteri Bottas, who's in 12th, and Gabriel Bortoleto, who is in P11. They're just outside the top 10. In that top 10 comes the 2 Scarlet Ferraris. Charles Leclerc in 10th, and Lewis Hamilton starts in P9. Alex Albon is 8th, next to his good friend Lando Norris, who's in P7. Will they be good friends by the time they get to turn 1? Sergio Perez is P6. George Russell is 5th, another great performance for Perez when it comes to 1 lap pace. Max Verstappen's 4th, Carlos Sainz is 3rd, the 2 former teammates are on the 2nd row of the grid, and then they are chasing Oscar Piastri, and an incredible, an unbelievable performance yesterday, Nico Hülkenberg, who's our pole sitter for this race. Let's go racing at the streets of Jeddah. Good launch off the line from the Audi of Nico Hülkenberg with the lead. Are we going to see a move around the outside? Carlos Sainz battling away with Oscar Piastri through the opening turns. Getting the power down is the Williams. Getting past is the Williams. Carlos Sainz moves up to 2nd place. Wheel to wheel in the background. I think that's George Russell challenging. That would be Sergio Perez in the Cadillac car. They're wheel to wheel through the opening turns, and it's Perez ahead. Just about as they head through the single file section now. So Perez gets past, Russell had to back out of it. It's Hülkenberg with the lead, unchallenged at the front of the field. A really great job from him when it came to that launch of the line, because like a few drivers proved on the opening lap, you can get stuck in a wheel to wheel ding dong. Hülkenberg did not allow that though. Let's go on board. Much better launch. Sainz alongside, and it was wheel to wheel, and then it's all about battling through these opening few turns. It can always be incredible as they make their way through. Always some incredible fighting, but Sainz was able to fully be ahead by turn 4 due to better traction off 3. Listen to the revs. He was playing around with it a little bit, wasn't he? Just making sure it was all nicely up in gear. What we're focusing on here though specifically is his wheel-to-wheel combat through the opening turns with Perez. Perez gets better traction initially off turn 3. Russell then fights back, and then in the second phase regains momentum. He's on the outside line, runs deep over the curb. Then Perez is going to get the inside line for the next corner, and that is how that battle gets resolved. Time for an overtake. This is for 2nd, and it's an easy drive on by for P2 for Oscar Piastri. Wheel to wheel further back though. Perez, Russell, side by side, and Verstappen's waiting to pick up the pieces as well. Incredible, outrageous fighting further back as Sainz very nearly goes into the pit lane entry trying to retake 2nd. He pulls to the outside line, and it's pass and repass once again as Verstappen's trying to make a move. Can he do it? We jump on board. He's hit the apex and he's in front. And he moves up to P4. Hülkenberg, our race leader, with the fastest lap. Are you ready to see another overtake? Pass and repass here in Jeddah. And it's Nico Hülkenberg doing a great job, but look at the speed. Oh, it's battling. It's battling in the background once again. Look at the speed that Piastri carried. That is how much the overtake mode can help you. And now he's got a chance to go for the lead, but there was crazy battling going on further back. Here we go. Time for a new race leader. Oscar Piastri goes through and takes the lead of the race. He gets past Nico Hülkenberg, who's down to second place. Carlos Sainz is in third. What a great performance so far this is for Hülkenberg, drawing alongside and getting past. We're not seeing much overtakes that are being contested into braking zones because of the nature of this circuit. Wheel to wheel once again. This time it's going to go down to the braking zone. This time we're heading to a battle towards turn one. Wide line for Hülkenberg. Piastri takes the lead once again. And that is going to be that done. Oh, he's risking it. He's risking it to the inside. He went all the way to the wall to get by. Hülkenberg gets through. And Piastri must have been losing speed off the corner in order to see such a big change like that. Okay, watch this. Right, that is unbelievable. Like, I didn't really think he was going to try and go for such a big cutback. It wasn't really the cutback. He just surely gets on the gas, surely gets on the boost, and just drives on by. Are we ready for another overtake? These two have pulled away from third position, which now belongs to Verstappen. Hülkenberg with the fastest lap. Waiting, not making the move. Until now, he goes tight to the inside line, and they make contact at the 27th turn. For the second year in a row in Jeddah, the leaders collide. What is this? What goes on here? So, Piastri's okay, that's the great thing. Hülkenberg pinches himself to such a tight line, and it takes Oscar Piastri out of the contest. Watch this. He's waiting all the time. He finds the gap, and then he's going to lock up, and into the side. What a dramatic moment, which the Steward will absolutely investigate. And the chaos and the carnage continues. Oh, that looks horrible. Look at the speed that we've got on board. Easy passes as you like. Albon goes through, battling up against Alonso. Leclerc battling up against Gasly. They're fighting their way by 2 by 2. It's Verstappen with the race lead. And now we're about to sprint down towards turn 1. So Albon ahead of Alonso. On board with Fernando Alonso. Looking to try and go around the outside. Under braking. Does he go the long way round? It's a wheel-to-wheel combat. It's side by side. And it's going to be Albon ahead. Does the Alpine now get a chance to contest the position? No. Does Ocon get a chance? That would be brave the long way round. But I think Leclerc's just going to have P5, and he will. Leclerc hangs on. Charles Leclerc versus Fernando Alonso. Two rivals from the 2024 season. And it's an easy path for Leclerc this year now in 2026. Here's Valtteri Bottas. Oh, getting close to the wall on his drive-by. Turn 27, such a critical traction zone. And now Russell down the straight is going to easily make the move, and look at the buffer that he's got when he gets to turn 1. Through the fast turns, 22, 23, 24, 25. This is turn number 26. It's all gone by very quickly. And it's Fernando Alonso making the move. Keep your eye bottom of screen. I think that was Ocon getting past. Lindblad as well. He won't be the only one. Colapinto's there. Here is Fernando Alonso. Ready to get past Arvid Lindblad. And he does so. Nice and easy into turn 27. Right, this could be a very tasty battle down towards turn 1. Could we be going 3 wide? Could we be going 4 wide? Oh, spin! Verstappen! Verstappen from the race lead! And Charles Leclerc takes the lead! Is there an issue for Verstappen? Is he waiting to rejoin? I think he is. Oh my word! What have we just witnessed? And now there's going to be a concertina effect. For the second race in a row, a Red Bull from the lead goes round. But what's going to happen here? Turns in. Oh my word, it's another mistake.
6, sorry guys.
No worries.
Red Bull cars spinning round from the lead of a Grand Prix once again. They've had a dramatic sight so far this season, even after the 1-2 last time out. Here we go! Around the outside goes the Alpine of Gasly and up to second position in the race. Can he now go and chase down Charles Leclerc? Maybe not. Here we go, another fight back. Albon now is going to be like, I'm chasing down Charles Leclerc. Well, they've been trying to get closer to the Ferrari. Right now they're just stuck and involved in a wheel-to-wheel combat. Hülkenberg versus Norris. Hülkenberg's got a penalty, by the way, next to his name. And then it's Gasly and Albon, second and third. Oh, that's close. Finding the gap, finding the room, and Albon goes through, and now Gasly under threat. Here comes Nico Hülkenberg. Not able to do anything wild into the first turn. To try and get on the traction now. This is a replay. Gasly just able to get through. How close was he to the wall? My word. Very, very close. And then very, very close to the white line as well, as he then drove on by. Something that the drivers have to get used to with this regulation of car. Back down this back straight, which isn't really straight. That's a discussion for another day. For now, let's enjoy 3 wide. Lando Norris around the outside, looking to try and get past 2 drivers. Hülkenberg's going to meet him at the apex, and Hülkenberg's going to stay ahead. Albon in second, Hülkenberg third, Norris fourth. Is there a point reading out that order? I think it's about to change. Any second now. Over the line, Hülkenberg now drives on by, and he's now the one in P2. Can any of these drivers chase down Leclerc? Lap 46 out of 50. We're on the final tour of this race. Lap 50, trying to make the move, is Albon. They're going to battle it into the braking zone. Hülkenberg has a penalty. Can Norris try and go the long way around as well? He might be able to. He's going to try and get his foot flat to the floor. Charles Leclerc wins. He takes the checkered flag. And victory on the streets of Jeddah. It's Gasly in second, and Alexander Albon takes third position.
Let's go, baby. Let's go. Come on. Come on. I knew it was in it. I just had to put everything together.
Put it together, and that's the reward that he gets presented with at the end of the contest. This is Gasly, 17th on the grid to second. My goodness, with the leader in sight as well. This was the squabbling, the brawl that was going on. It's Sergio Perez, well, sorry, this was a separate brawl going on. Sergio Perez out-dragged Lewis Hamilton. Ferrari on top, and it's Charles Leclerc. Is this the year? Is this the year that they can believe? After the last 2 chances have slipped away late on in campaigns in the Fantasy Series. They had such a big control last year. They were looking like good contenders the year prior. This year might just be the chance. Leclerc, Gasly, Albon, Norris, Verstappen, Perez, Hamilton, Hadjar, Behrman and Lindblad. Your top 10, that's your first page. Nico Hülkenberg securing the fastest lap. But of course the penalty slipped him down outside the top 10. It's 25 points on the board for Charles Leclerc and Ferrari. Nico Hülkenberg in 11th with a 10 seconds applied due to causing the contact earlier on in the race with our race leader at the time and our retiree now, which we'll get to in a moment, but that's your second page. Alonso, Stroll, Antonelli, Colapinto, Bottas, Russell, Bortoletto, Ocon. Sainz was a retirement, Lawson retired, and so did Oscar Piastri, which is down the order in 22nd. In terms of the Drivers' Championship, this is how it looks. Your points leader is now Charles Leclerc. Had Joe in second on 29 points, Verstappen in third on 28. Could it be another campaign of Ferrari versus Red Bull? I think we'd probably welcome it after maybe a championship that was decided by only a few thousandths when it came to last year. That's how the rest of the points also look. Drivers still yet to get their name on the board for points. Lawson, Sainz, Stroll, Antonelli and Bortoletto. So they are going to be looking to try and change that. Across the remainder of this campaign, along with Franco Colapinto and Valtteri Bottas. 22 on the grid. This is the Constructors' Championship and how it looks. Red Bull Racing on top with 57, 41 for Ferrari, and McLaren in third with 28. What a great and brilliant season we have coming your way. It resumes next time out at the Baku City Circuit.